Hey everyone, welcome back to our Mallorca getaway. If you haven't watched the first part of our trip, exploring the stunning streets of Palma City, make sure to check it out. But today is going to be completely different. We're leaving the city behind and heading straight into the heart of Mallorca's dramatic landscapes. Our destination? The breathtaking Sa Calobra, a hidden gem on the northwest coast. But the real thrill? The journey itself. To get there, we take on the legendary MA2141 road, a dream for road trip lovers and adrenaline junkies alike. So get ready for stunning views, thrilling twists and turns, and a ride to remember. As we begin this winding 13-kilometer stretch, it quickly becomes clear why this road is one of the most famous drives in Spain. Designed by Italian engineer Antonio Parietti, the road carves through the Tramuntana mountains with hairpin bends, steep drops, and epic panoramic views. The road is narrow, with sharp turns and occasional traffic from buses and cyclists, making it a real test of focus and patience. Some bends are so tight that larger vehicles have to reverse just to complete the turn. If you're prone to motion sickness, you might want to take it easy on breakfast before this adventure. On the way to Sa Calobra, along this legendary road, there are several stunning viewpoints where you can take in the breathtaking scenery. We couldn't resist stopping at a couple of them to soak in the views, but our excitement to reach Sa Calobra kept us moving. As we continued our journey, we approached one of the most famous sections of the road, the knotted tie, Nus de Sa Corbata. We had to pull over here for a quick stop because this spot is just too incredible to drive past. It's a 270-degree curve that loops back under itself. Absolutely insane. Standing here, looking down at the road, looping in on itself, you really appreciate the genius behind its design. This bend isn't just an engineering marvel, it's also one of the most iconic viewpoints on the entire route. Of course, we took a moment to capture some shots before hopping back in the car for the final stretch to Sa Calobra. As we descended further, the drive became even more exhilarating, with 26 sharp hairpin turns that zigzag down toward the coast. Show stunning road footage, curvy mountain road, cliffs, and scenic views. With every turn, a new breathtaking view unfolded. Jagged cliffs, lush valleys, and glimpses of the shimmering Mediterranean far below. Since we're traveling in February, there's noticeably less traffic, making the drive smoother and more enjoyable. This road is also a favorite among adventurous cyclists, and for good reason. The ride to and from Sa Calobra is considered one of the most iconic cycling routes in the world. But during peak season, this road can get quite busy, with cars and cyclists alike, making the journey more time-consuming. If you'd rather not drive, the easiest way to reach Sa Calobra is by ferry from Port de Soler or via a tourist bus. The thrill of this winding road and the sheer beauty surrounding us, it's an experience like no other. This is the kind of adventure that makes traveling so magical. Every turn feels like an adventure. You go from sheer cliffs to deep valleys in seconds. And look at this, a fascinating isthmus between two rocks. It's amazing. This journey from Palma to Sa Calobra took about 1.5 hours. Finally, after an unforgettable drive, we arrived at Sa Calobra. We found a spot in the designated parking area near the beach, which is paid and tends to fill up quickly during peak season. Even in February, it was nearly full, just a reminder of how popular this destination is. From the parking lot, we took a short 200-meter walk to reach Sa Calobra, and even that was scenic. Along the way, the gardens were bursting with citrus fruits, adding a pop of color to the path. Sa Calobra consists of two beaches, Cala Sa Calobra and the main attraction, Torrent de Pareis. Cala Sa Calobra is a tiny 30-meter-long pebbly beach, and wow, what a sight! We spent some time just soaking in the peaceful atmosphere, listening to the gentle waves and watching a few boats anchored offshore. If you're thinking about coming here by ferry, be sure to check the schedules in advance, as they're subject to change. Even though we saw plenty of restaurants, most of them were closed for the season. During the peak summer months, they all open to the public. If you're visiting in the off-season, it's a good idea to bring extra water and snacks. Luckily, we found an open restaurant and got to enjoy a delicious Spanish paella for lunch. After lunch, we are now making our way to the highlight of Sa Calobra, Torrent de Pareis. To reach this breathtaking spot, we'll take a short yet scenic coastal walk that leads us through a narrow tunnel, opening up to one of Mallorca's most stunning natural wonders. And the journey itself? Absolutely spectacular. As we walk, take a moment to soak in the incredible views of rugged cliffs, crystal clear waters, and the raw beauty of this coastal paradise. Now we're going to enter the tunnel. Walking through the dimly lit tunnel, our anticipation built up. And as we stepped out on the other side, we were greeted by one of Mallorca's most breathtaking natural wonders. Towering limestone cliffs rose dramatically around us, enclosing the gorge like a grand natural amphitheater. The view was absolutely awe-inspiring. The pebbly riverbed was mostly dry, but in the rainy season, this entire area transforms into a rushing torrent, making the landscape even more dramatic. There are no water sports here. Sa Calobra is all about relaxation, swimming, and simply taking in the natural beauty. If you plan on exploring, I definitely recommend wearing proper shoes, as some spots can be steep and slippery. We wandered through the gorge, climbed over smooth rocks, and just soaked in the sheer scale of this natural masterpiece. Some visitors were even attempting the full hike through the canyon, a challenging but rewarding adventure. While we didn't go too deep, we were completely mesmerized by the beauty of the place, and of course, took plenty of photos to capture the moment. As the afternoon sun dipped lower in the sky, we made our way back toward the beach. Eventually, it was time to head back. The drive along the MA 2141 was just as thrilling on the return journey, with the golden hues of the setting sun casting a warm glow over the mountains. Before calling it a day, we made one last stop at the stunning Gorge Reservoir. This serene lake, surrounded by towering peaks, reflected the golden tones of the evening sky. A picture-perfect way to wrap up an already unforgettable adventure. Sa Calobra and Torrent de Pareis were definite highlights of our Mallorca trip, a journey filled with breathtaking landscapes, a touch of adventure, and the serenity of nature. If you ever find yourself in Mallorca, this is an experience you simply cannot miss. That's a wrap for day 2 of our Palma de Mallorca trip. There's still so much more to explore, so to keep this from getting too long, I'll be making one last video for our Palma de Mallorca trip, covering the remaining 3 days. In the last video, we'll be visiting the beautiful towns of Soler, Daya, and Alcudia, along with the breathtaking Drac Caves and many more amazing spots. Stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next one.